Hello and welcome to this week's episode of the Sober Cruise podcast. My name is Martin, and as always, I'm joined by Mark. Mark, how are you?
I'm well today, Martin. How are you today?
Very good, thank you very much. And on the last couple of podcasts, we've been talking about the food on board Virgin Voyages. So that's what the sailing that we're doing in August 2026. Um, is going to be on Virgin Voyages Scarlet Lady. We've been talking about the restaurants on board, and today we're going to be talking still about food because there's loads of places to eat on Virgin Voyages, and we can't do it all in one go. And we'll be talking about the places, the places you don't make reservations for, and more kind of like in snacks and that kind of stuff. So it's not necessarily a full-on kind of meal. It's more about keeping you going because Virgin don't want anyone feeling even slightly peckish, I reckon,
Yes.
because there's enough place to get food. So we've been talking about things like the Grounds Club, the Dock, Social Club, and of course my favourite, which is the pizza place.
Oh, of course, yes. The pizza place is the pizza is very good.
Yes. Now let's start off. We'll start off with they do food there, but it's more about the coffee. So let's talk about the Grounds Club. So there's one down on deck 7. There's also one up at the galley on deck 14. Sorry, on deck 15. Now I don't drink coffee, so tell us a little bit more about what people can expect from the ground.
Yep, sure. So there is free coffee in the galley, so you don't need to go to the Grounds Club at all. But if you want kind of a fancy coffee, a latte or a cappuccino, or then that's the place to go. And the most people would be using their bar tab to buy the coffee. So it's normally about $5 a cup. But there are actually a very large selection of sort of croissants and pastries available there as well. Now, you don't even need to be buying coffee to get those. You can simply, if you see a croissant or a pastry you like, you can simply go up and ask for one of those and take it away. It's just a nice place to spend half an hour. There's some nice chairs and tables, nice comfy chairs around it. And it's just part of the day, really. I've tended to go once or twice a day and just grab a coffee and spend 15 or 20 minutes there. So it was very pleasant.
Yeah. Did you try the banana bread?
I did not know. Was that good?
Ah, banana well, it's more of a banana cake, I think is more
Ah,
you'll label it, but I suppose banana bread after after COVID, everyone was making banana bread, weren't they? But yeah, that's really, really nice, and they have cookies in there as well, they also do the jalapeno croissant from Razzle Dazzle is sometimes on the deck 7 as well, the Grounds Club down there. You can get that, but as you said, yeah, you can pick up those pastries whether you're having coffee or not. To me, who doesn't drink coffee, it's you got your basic kind of coffee for free, but you got your Starbucks Pret a Manger sort of style coffee that your barista made coffees,
mm,
and hot chocolates and
yeah.
teas and things like that. You can get those. You can get the iced ones as well. I'm talking like actually, I'm talking about the iced coffees and the iced mochas and
Uh-huh.
I I had iced hot chocolate. I kept on calling it iced hot chocolate. Obviously, it's not that, but it's an iced chocolate, whatever it's called.
Right.
I, I had those a few times, and that was really nice. I had that with like a cookie, and that. So that is your coffee place that you can go and get your start off your day with, or maybe sort of like a bit of a pick me up if you need a bit of a caffeine in shot a bit later on. Let's go to the back of the ship. Let's go to the dock. And did you like the dock?
Very much. Now, the dock's a lovely area. It's probably one of my favorite areas on the ship. There's an inside bit to it where it's sort of lots of comfortable chairs and sofas and day beds. And then there's an outside bit to it as well, which again, more day beds, plenty of places to lie in the sun. But of course, the pièce de résistance in the dock is the food. That between I think it's 4:30 and 6:30. Might have got the times a little bit wrong there.
3:30 and it starts at 3:30.
3:30. They bring this kind of what they call opa hour, and if I remember my Dutch, I think opa might mean grandmother in
Yeah, I
Dutch.
think it's meant to be Greek, so maybe associated with
Okay, maybe it's Greek for grandmother, and but it's basically Greek-inspired tapas. So little bits of mezze, so bits of little falafels, little bits of beef on skewers. Very, very nice. What did you think
very
of it?
nice. Yeah, I really like that. I mean, we would go down quite a lot at about 4 o'clock and go and get it. Now you can get little kind of picky bits, like Greek kind of picky bits throughout the day. They just extend the menu for that at 3:30 for that kind of longer time. I would say they don't do that on sail away day, so you don't get on the first day, but every other day you can go down and go and have it down there. But it's a nice way if you got one of those sunbeds down there. If you've been out there, it's 1 o'clock or something, you're chilling out, the servers will come round, they'll bring you over a Coke Zero, and then you put your little flag up because opera hour starting. And you go, okay, well, we're going to have that. They do a nice selection of like the baklava sweets as well, so you can have those, and you can get as much of it as you like. It's great again to sort of share out. There's a couple of you to sort of because it was about 4 o'clock. There would be like 4 or 5 of us just chatting on the beds, and chilling out, relaxing, and then eating this really nice food, drinking our Coke Zeros and ginger ales.
Yes, indeed. Yeah. So I've just looked up on Google, and we were both right. Is Opa does mean grandpa in
Oh,
Dutch,
right, okay.
but it has a meaning in Greek. It's just an expression in Greek, like hooray.
Oh, right,
So
okay. Oh, I suppose happy hour.
happier,
Oh,
happier.
yeah,
That
yeah,
might be it.
happy
Yeah,
hour, yeah, yeah,
yeah.
yeah. Okay,
So,
it's good to have.
but yes, so all you were saying about the food's absolutely right. It is very good, and it might well be for us on our cruise. It's certainly one of the places we're thinking of for our daily meeting, because it's a nice place for people to just come and go. If we say maybe 4:30 to 5:30, people just to come and go, have a chat and have a bit of food, and then maybe go off and get ready for dinner.
Yeah. Did you get anything from the grab and go when you were in the dock? So just before you go outside, there's a little
Mm.
fridge to the left-hand side, and that has things like wraps and overnight oats, that kind of stuff. You need it's already there. It's in
Yeah,
a little Tupperware container, and you just pick it up, and you have to take it back to your cabin. You can eat it outside, take it around the ship. But it's kind of quite nice that you don't have to ask anyone. You can just grab something, and they've got those
yeah.
upstairs in the galley as well. But it's nice that they've got them downstairs so you can have them whilst you're chilling out in the sun.
Yeah, I'm not even sure I noticed that, so I didn't use that. But of course, the other thing to mention is that there is a smoothie bar there, so you get some lots of smoothies and ginger shots and all that kind of stuff as well.
Yes, yes, you can go and have the ginger shots and the smoothies, maybe a protein smoothie if you've been to the gym or something earlier on. Now, sticking on deck seven, we'll head slightly more sort of back into the ship, and that takes us to the social club. Now, the social club, as you can tell from the name, is where people go to socialize. There's lots of entertainment that goes on there. So this is generally where things like the quizzes happen, sort of challenges, sometimes entertainment. So the diva sometimes, which the drag queen on board hosts, like a little game show, and then also quizzes. A lot of quizzes, is
Yes. So the quizzes were one of the things I really enjoyed on the ship. On other ships, quizzes tend to be a member of staff standing at the front reading questions from a piece of paper. But on Virgin Voyages, they're a form of entertainment in themselves.
Mm.
The people, the guys from the happening cast who were doing the quizzes were clearly very invested in making them fun. So even if you weren't actually doing the quiz, it was an entertaining way to spend an hour. Uh,
Yeah, there's different themed quizzes as well. So there's like a 90s one, there's movies, there's films and different decades, stuff like that. So you can kind of go along and say, actually, I don't know anything about whatever. And then you got like a general kind of knowledge ones as well. So
Yeah.
it's a lot of fun.
The other thing about the social club is that for me it's the area that kind of is most virgin on Virgin cruises. It's kind of, and I don't mean to be rude to anybody because I include myself in this, but it's kind of like geek central. There were all these tables, and there were like jigsaws and board games. I'm a big Catan player myself. And so there would be people out in the day playing cards, doing puzzles, and then at the back there's a free arcade, with
Yes.
Space Invaders and all those games from the 80s, completely free. So I really, really liked the social club. And of course, in a minute, you're going to tell us about the food. The food, there is food there as well.
There is food. I mean, you can go to, there's two different sort of types of food. So you can either get like a hot dog, pretzel, nachos, that kind of stuff. So, what it is like fun fair kind of food. You can get those, which is great. Or if you're just walking past, they have a little counter and it's got like little sweet snacks. So things like peanut brittles, like a cake pop as well. Now I remember when I got off the ship, I went to Orlando afterwards and I sent the group a picture of a cake pop in, I think it was Universal Studios, and it was $10 for that cake pop.
Mm.
I was thinking, a couple of days ago, I could have had as many of these as I wanted. So I say next time I'm on board, I'll be having cake pop, loads of it, because I'm getting it's $10 is pop on the
Yes.
the and
Yeah,
they're really
they are nice, and they had these big, like, jars of gummy bears, if I remember, that so it's again, it's all part of this fun, slightly quirky,
nice.
im image. It really is good. It's a nice place to be.
Yeah. Did you ever have any of the shakes, the milkshakes?
No.
Down there. Well, they're very filling because it's a lot of ice cream and cream and everything, all the syrups and stuff, and that. But they are really, really nice. They're about $5 or so they're not particularly expensive, if you want to have one of those. But of course, if you want to have something cold, then just around the corner from the social club is Lick Me Till Ice Cream, and you can see what they've done there with the name. It's the ice
Yes.
cream parlor.
Right. Very good segue there, Martin. Yeah, so there's 6 flavors of ice cream every single day. There's a couple of them that are on every day, and then the rest of them change. I think I mentioned in a previous podcast that one thing to be a little bit careful of is that one of the flavors of ice cream every day will have alcohol in it. So we need to be, those of us who don't drink will stay away from that. But it does say quite clearly on the label contains alcohol. But it was nice. It was good quality ice cream, and it was just a nice way to spend 20 minutes.
Yeah, I think we kind of mentioned before that if you, if you're in Palma, Mallorca or something like that, the same ice cream would cost you €6 probably, for sort of like similar kind of quality, I think. And you can go up and go and have. Now, a little tip, is if you go and get your ice cream from there, but if you've been to the Grounds Club just around the corner, you can go and get like a cookie or maybe a peanut brittle from the social club, and then put it all into the pot together and make a little creation. So we did that a couple of times where we made got a cookie and crumbled it up. It comes in a bag,
Right.
crush it up,
Yes.
and then you kind of put that over like a couple of different pots.
Gordon Ramsay is in the room.
I know it's just like being with Heston, is it? All his creation, you don't think so? Is a really nice place to go to. And again, it's one of those things that on other cruise lines, they might have soft serve ice cream, the Mr. Whippy kind of ice cream for free, but the proper stuff, the proper gelato kind of ice cream, you have to pay extra for. It's all free. You can have as much as you like in a pot, you can have it in a cone, different kind of cones. It's right next to a door that you can then go outside and there's sun lounges out there where you can go for a little walk or wander around with your ice cream. So it's really nice. I mean, who doesn't like ice cream?
And right beside the ice cream stand is one of your favorite places.
Of course it is. Yeah. Now you kind of go again when you're talking to people about Virgin Voyages and you say, "Oh, the pizza on board's really good." They go, "I'm not going on board a cruise ship to go and have like good pizza." And you go, well, it is really good pizza, and I think once you try it, they make all the pizzas from scratch. They're all to order. They have a menu, and then they have a pizza of the day. But you can always kind of ask for extra things. So I would have like the pepperoni pizza, and then maybe add some chicken on top, maybe some peppers and that kind of stuff. And then by the side of it, you got things like the Tabasco sauce and the Parmesan, so you can add that extra on top as well. You can either eat them in there or you can get them in the takeaway boxes and take them back to your cabin or take them somewhere else around the ship, because a lot of the times you'll see people, you know, they're around the pool or up on the top deck eating pizza. Just go and take them and or if you're going back to your cabin and you're in your hammock, it's a really nice way to swing your hammock, chat, relax, and have your pizza and maybe a
Yes. Yeah,
cocktail.
and it's open very late as well. So I was
Mm.
never up late enough to experience this, but I think it is open till what, like 1, 2 o'clock in the morning.
2 o'clock usually, yeah. It depends on the day, but usually 2 o'clock. It's open. So, but you can go in there, for lunch or afternoon snacks and that. We did it a couple of times. If we were having a bit of a later dinner, we could go and have pizza between us. So, there was, you know, four of us. We might have two pizzas between
Yeah.
us or something. So
Yeah, it
you
was
can
very good.
that, and you can get your Coke Zero from there as well. They have an outdoor area, so if you want to go and sit outside, you can go and do that. And again, you can walk off with the pizza. But I cannot stress enough how good and how nice the pizza is. Now, talking about obviously, you can take this up to the top deck if you want to go and chill out, relaxing. But one place that is it's a bit kind of hidden, isn't it? Is the Sun Cafe, and you didn't actually get a chance to go to it. Now, I have been there, but
Yeah.
because it's so hidden, it's so you've got the deck 15 where the pool is, and then you've got deck 16 above it, and it's on deck 16 off to the side. So I think a lot of people just don't know it's there. They are, or it's only open between sort of about 12 and 5. I think if people walk past it, on a bit of a morning walk, they might just walk past it and not remember it's there. But this is one of those places we're gonna have to get you to try next time.
Yeah, so yes, it was one of the places that I was really looking forward to visiting, because of the it's very healthy food, poke bowls and salads and things like that, and bao buns. But it's not somewhere that you naturally walk past. You need to be going there. So I just missed it. I just never. And again, another sign of how good the food is everywhere else. I just never got the time to go.
So
But
it is a
really,
nice
apparently,
place.
it's really good.
Yeah, if you get some food and there's a little seating area that you can just go and sit down and eat it there, or you can take it back to your sun lounger and eat it. It's not
Mm.
particularly massive portions, so again, you can sit and eat it while sunbathing. Now, one thing I will say is you've got the fiery popcorn, the spicy popcorn, which is really nice.
Mm.
It does have a slight kick to it, as you would expect. And they will say to you, "Are you sure that you want it?"
I'm a big boy now. I can face it.
But, they kind of like, big it up and that, and it does have a bit of spice, it does a bit of
Uh-huh.
a bit, but it is kind of nice because, um, it's a little snack that you can have if you just want something, a little bit sweet, and a bit different as well. You can just have a little snack before, whilst you're around the pool or whatever. Really, it's not a massive portion. It comes in one of the, this kind of like craze that all these restaurants have of serving like fries and things like that in little frying the
Like
baskets.
little frying baskets, yeah.
Yeah, it's served in that for whatever reason. So you can have that. You can also get popcorn down um, in the social club as well.
Mm. I don't
Uh,
think I ever saw that. Yeah.
you can get it. It's salted popcorn. I don't particularly like salted popcorn that much, so you can get that. But I've I've had the pretzels from there. But yeah, the Sun Cafe is definitely somewhere we're going to have to get you to try.
Yes.
No, sure if they're on the first. The first on the sea day. Yeah,
Yes,
mate.
we'll definitely make sure we make a pilgrimage to the Sun Club Cafe.
And we've spoken a little bit about you can take stuff back to your cabin if you want to. So you will have the pizza and sit out on the balcony. Or if you don't want to go and get the stuff yourself, Virgin have what they call it ship eats. And this is their version of room service. Now, you did room service quite a few times, didn't you?
I did. So it's 24 hours a day, the room service. They do breakfast, I think it's from 5 to 11. And then from 11 to 5, it's the dinner. I didn't do anything for the lunch or dinner, but I had the breakfast several times. I would order maybe an omelette or fruit. Maybe sometimes I would order like 2 or 3 portions of fruit, and then just leave them in the cabin or put them in the fridge. Now they do charge for the delivery, $10. But if you buy anything to the value of $10 or above, they waive the delivery charge. So I would
Yeah.
generally just buy like an orange juice and a coffee, and that means it was free. And then, of course, my second favorite insider tip is that you can get cans of pop. So you can get Coke Zero or Sprite or whatever you like for free. So I would order maybe 8 cans of Diet Coke or Coke Zero, and then just pop them in the fridge, and that would do me for 2 or 3 days. But the food's good. I think that in the other menu, which I haven't had, it is kind of quite extensive. It does have cheeseburgers and fish strip bass and chicken and things like that. So you can get a fairly good meal. Um, But to be honest, it's not going to be as good as the food in the restaurants.
Uh, we've had the charcuterie for, and that was really nice. And again, it's something that if you're just sat out on your balcony in your hammock, bit of charcuterie watching the world go by is really, really nice to do. We had the pasta from there as well. So it's the ragu pasta. I think they also have meatballs separately, as well. So it's more of a, you know, if you if either you want to chill out and relax, or for example, if a couple of people going over to, if you're going over to someone else's cabin to chill out at their cabin, it's nice to have a few kind of things whilst you're aboard. Again, you can also get desserts and that kind of stuff, snacks delivered to the room. So just kind of just to clarify that most of the things are free on Ship Eats. It's things like that you would pay around the ship for. So things like Red Bull, for example, the specialty coffee that you'd pay extra for around the ship, the things like this freshly squeezed orange juice, that kind of thing. Those are the things that you pay for, and if you get to the $10, then you don't pay the delivery fee. So it's not that you'll be paying for every single item.
No,
So
no, and all the food's free. It's just some of the drinks you pay for.
yeah, so the cans of Coke, for example, are free. If you want a Red Bull, I think it's $6 for a Red Bull on board. So because I don't drink coffee, I'd probably have a Red Bull and something else to get it up to that $10. So that the trade charge is waived.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's a nice way to chill out and relax. And if you're just thinking, actually, I just want to sit and watch the world go by. Now you can never really kind of got it to work that well, but you can do Ship Eats anywhere around the ship. So you
Can you really? I didn't know that.
yeah. So you can, when you go to Ship Eats, it says, "Do you want it delivered to your cabin?" So you can, for example, if you're at someone else's cabin and you want to get food delivered, you can get food delivered to someone else's cabin. But likewise, you could also get it delivered to somewhere else on the ship. So the idea being that you could potentially get it to delivered up to, if you were sunbathing, for example, at the perch, you get it up there. Now it works off of the Bluetooth around the ship, and it doesn't always work. It doesn't a lot of the time it will say we can't figure out where you are.
Mm.
So you go, "Wow, okay, fine. Just send it to the room and I'll carry it to wherever else it's gonna go to." But most of the time, I think most people are ordering it to their cabin or another cabin, and it is quite easy to change the cabin numbers on there. It's if you wanted to, for example, get it delivered to the perch where you're
Right.
just living, that's a bit more difficult just because it never worked for me. Now, it might just be my phone, it might just be the something was wrong at the time or whatever, but I can get it to work, but hopefully you can.
Right. Well, I'll give it a go, although it does sound rather lazy.
Yes. We just go, "Well,
Some
I'll have a let's have a charcuterie board delivered to." No, it's the same charcuterie board as what you get in the galley in the grab and go section.
Yeah.
The same as that, so you can go and just grab it yourself.
Yes, it seems a bit given that the galley, and we're gonna talk about the galley in our next podcast,
Mm.
but given that the galley is so convenient to have somebody deliver it that extra 100 feet to your to your sun lounge seems a little lazy.
Well, yeah, you gotta get up, and I can't lay by the pool too long. I kinda get a bit restless after a while,
Mm.
so I would be the one saying for the group, "Does anyone want anything from the galley? I'll go and pick up." 'Cause I like having the tacos around the sun lounging area.
Mm.
I'll go and grab a load of tacos and fries or whatever, and actually cookies.
And of course the cookies, yes.
And the cookies, get the server to come over with the Coke Zeros, and
Yeah.
I'll go. Yeah, excellent. So we've covered off quite a lot of different places you can eat today, and of course, in the other two podcasts that are already out, you can hear all about places like the Test Kitchen and the Wake and things like that. And on the next podcast, we'll be talking about the Galley, which is Virgin Voyages version of the buffet. We don't call it a buffet 'cause it's not a buffet, but. We'll be talking all about the galley and all the really cool, amazing places and healthy places that you can eat whilst you're on board. So looking forward to that one. Now, as always, if you want to chat to us about going on the Sober Cruise with us, you can go to thesobercruise.co.uk. You'll find tons of information on there. You can get in contact with us via email. You can give us a call, or you can book in and also request a time to chat to one of us as well. And we can tell you all about what's it going to be like sailing on board the Sober Cruise, and answer all of those questions. So hopefully we'll be speaking to a lot of you very, very soon. But for now, thank you very much, Mark, and see you on the next episode.
Yep. Thanks, Martin. See you soon.